USC traveled to the Farm to take on Stanford in the 2004 Pac-10 opener.
It's a difficult place to play. There's not a lot of energy in that stadium, and it does challenge you some in that regard. It's just an unusual kind of an environment.
Some of the leaders, we just felt like something wasn't right, in the warm-ups when we were warming up for the game. It just felt like, something wasn't right.
Quick look at, oh my, intercepted Kevin Arbett. He's got a convoy in running room. To the 20, to the 10, gets down to the 1-yard line.
SC grabbed early momentum.
Liner looking, time, touchdown USC.
With the score 10-0, Trojans fans may have been thinking about a blowout, but Stanford quickly regrouped behind quarterback Trent Edwards. While the USC offense sputtered, Stanford pulled out every trick in the book.
We started really fast in that game, but they were up to the task, and we weren't stopping them. They did a nice job on offense, probably their best game of the year.
Late in the second quarter, Troy was able to respond.
1 minute to play in the half. Smith in motion. Bush looking, bounces to the outside. This is trouble. It's also a touchdown for the Trojans.
But the Cardinal had time for another highlight play.
Edwards can take a knee here in 15 seconds, and that'll end the half. He's going to turn and get the ball to Lemon, running it with it all wrapped up. As Lemon driver breaks through, up the middle. He may go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Do you believe it? How about that one? Unbelievable.
It was one of the real turning points in the season, I think, for us emotionally as a football team, because they scored right at the end of the half. They're out ahead of us. I clearly remember as we're approaching the locker room, the banter of the players. They were already on the subject that we weren't going to let this happen.
2 quarters a long time, baby. 2 quarters a long time.
Hey, we haven't talked about playing 60 minutes, right? It don't matter, right?
No, we've been saying it for a long time. We know exactly how it works. It ain't the first quarter. It ain't the second quarter. It starts happening in the third and the fourth quarter. We take this sucker together. You all know that. But you got to do it by doing things right. That's what's most important that you remember. Ain't no made up. You can't make it up and then expect it to work for you. Let's go take it piece by piece by piece and put this thing right back in our control.
What time is it? What time is it? He's talking out. He's talking out. Get this go. Let's go. Start fast. Get the rock back. Score. Goes on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go down.
After giving up 291 yards in the first half, the Trojan D surrendered only 36 yards and 2 first downs the rest of the ball game. Meanwhile, Matt Leinart looked to hook up with his favorite target.
Smith jumps it off. Smith, running room, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet, inside the 20, down to the 12-yard line.
Leinart called his own number, and the Trojans trailed 28-24 in the fourth quarter. USC still needed a big play from someone. Reggie Bush answered the call.
Bush looks for the wall. He's got the wall. Breaks through. Still on his feet. Cuts to the 50. Still going. Still on the 50. Jumps over a tackle. Gets down to the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a spectacular play. Gosh, that was an unbelievable play. The guys making a miss and spinning and running and just determination. Reggie really showed some tremendous fight and spirit in that game.
3 plays later, it was 3rd and long, and Chris McFoy made his biggest play ever.
Pass is caught inside the 30, first down, Chris McFoy.
Lendale White carried the load from that point.
Again, touchdown, USC.
The defense held off the Cardinal on their last drive, and USC escaped with a hard-fought victory.
Incomplete, USC will take over.
That was really a defining moment, I think, as a team. It showed what kind of character we have to come back from a deficit, 2 touchdowns, and to come back and beat a solid team away. It showed a lot of character, showed what type of team we have, and that we could come back. And it really kind of was a stepping stone for the rest of the season.
When the 2004 schedule came out, there was one game that stood out to everybody. That was against the Cal Bears. And when it was all said and done, it was probably college football's game